All right, keep it going for Kevin. Yeah. And keep it going for me just a little bit too. Yeah. All right.
Like your hat.
I love performing here at Lost in Taste. It's my second time. It's good to be back. Since I was here last time, though, celebrated a little birthday. Turned 38. Yeah, that's not old, right? We don't think 38. 38's not old. Is it? That's not old. It's not old enough to just be falling down, is it? That's not just to fall for no reason, right? No slips and trips, just falling. It's not old enough for that, right? We don't, because that happened to me not long ago. I just fucking fell down for no reason. Yeah. I wish I could say it was for a fun reason, like I got a new pogo stick and I tried black tar heroin for the first time on the same day, but those things were weeks apart, so it's no excuse. I did though. I fell. I got 6 stitches in my forehead. Yeah, I got look like Harry Potter. Got a big scar right there, and it tingles when people talk shit. So, or when they find me attractive. I've not really figured out which. I'm getting some vibes from this side of the room. Though. What's up? Yeah. But no, it was a couple weeks back. It was late, needed to go to bed, stood up, went to the bathroom to piss. I pissed standing, always have, always have, always have. Even when I was a baby, could barely crawl, I would still pop up, piss real quick, right back down. I always would stand, and this was no different. I was standing, pissing, everything was going great. Then I got a little lightheaded, I got dizzy. I Mitch McConnell for like a fucking second. And I thought, this will probably pass. And then it didn't. And I could have stopped peeing to turn around to sit down. I could have, done that, like turn. That would have been a safe choice to sit to finish, but I didn't. I yelled something like, "I'm 38. I pee standing," and that's the last thing I remember. Yeah. Turns out I fell face first on my face on a concrete floor in my basement, just outside my bathroom, and it was ugly. It was ugly. I got up, I looked in the mirror, and my forehead looked like a faucet for Kool-Aid. And that didn't make me feel good to see that. And so then I got dizzy again. And I got lightheaded again. And I fell again. In the same place again. On my fucking face. Again. So if you're keeping score, that's twice. Yeah, and now it's real bad. There's blood everywhere. It's all over me. It's on the ceiling, the floor, the doorway, the carpet. The cat got a little bit. It looked like I invited OJ over to try on gloves. It was pretty rough. Yeah, and I'm pretty silly at this point, And frankly, I don't feel very good. But I know I need help, so I called for my wife. Now it's late. She's already in bed, but she runs down the stairs into a murder scene, and she probably thinks there's still a Menendez brother somewhere in the house. But she does say, "Oh my God, are you okay? What happened?" Now, it's important for you guys. A lot of you may know me. If you don't know me, just understand. Above all else, I'm a gentleman. Okay. And the last thing I remember, I told you, I was standing and pissing, as is my style. But what I don't remember was ever tucking my junk away when I was finished. So my first words to her were, "I'm sorry about my wiener." She's like, "What?" "I'm sorry about my wiener." She's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I swear I left it." It wasn't even out. Already neatly packed away. And I'm too out of it to explain to her why I look like I do and how my wiener could have had anything to do with it. But she's curious. So when I finally do come to enough to explain, I say, "Look, I just got busy and I fucking passed out for no reason." She's not buying it. She wants that story that's got a little more wiener in it. What was that all about? What was that all about? You don't want to be like, "All right, fine, you got me." All right, look. My wiener and I were up partying hard. And we were up hard partying. One thing led to another, and man, I just drained all the blood out of my brain pleasure myself, and then I jizzed my own lights out. Is that better than what really happened, which was that I got dizzy standing and pissing because I'm old? It's gotta be, yeah. I did end up going to the emergency room. I saw a bunch of doctors. I've seen a lot of doctors since, and they all say that it was a fluke. I'm fine. But a couple doctors have said, God damn, that is one neatly packed away wiener. Yeah. One even said it looked like a Hebrew national and he winked at me. I wasn't sure if he was complimenting me or not, but it made my scar tingle like a motherfucker. Either way, I'm looking for a new cardiologist, so. Yeah.
Just got it.
I've always been in decent physical health, mental health, kind of a coin flip. But I'll tell you, smashing your face off your floor a couple times changes your brain chemistry. I've been having some intrusive thoughts. Yeah. One thing that I can't shake, I've been thinking about it nonstop. Can two buttholes touch? Can two buttholes touch? Human buttholes, can two buttholes touch? Three's probably out of the question, right? Like, not in our lifetime, probably. But two, I think two's possible. I tell you what, I bet if we put our heads together, we could get our buttholes together too. I bet we could do it. There's compatibility things you gotta think about, right? It's not as easy as you think it's gonna be. You gotta think about cheek width and density and crack shape and depth. You gotta find your butthole buddy. Right, sir? You gotta find it. You gotta get a hold of it. Yeah. There's other factors. Speed, angle, right? Yeah, this isn't gonna happen just two people backing into each other in a Kmart. Right? Somebody's gonna have to have a leg up, probably on the cinder block. And then someone else is gonna have to come in from the south with intent. Right? Because it's all about how bad you want it. Right? And you should want it. If you're so precious, you're like, ew, gross, I don't want my butthole touching other buttholes. Well, guess what? You're the butthole. Alright? It's 2023. Let them hang out. Come on. You know what I mean? Yeah, do you think the only other time a butthole is touched another butthole is when Elon Musk high-fives himself? That's alright. Another topic that hasn't left my brain since I bashed my face off my floor, gangs. Yeah, and it's mainly because I think it was a hit job. But I can't stop thinking about gangs. And I've been doing a lot of research, and what I found is that gangs who gang bang are not, again, according to my exclusively online research, not the same gangs who gang bang. Those are different gangs. Those are different gangs. There are some similarities. Both are really into drugs and like to spray shit everywhere. But the differences are stark. For example, gangs who gang bang, prone to violence, ego-driven, territorial, right? Gangs who gang bang, high-five a lot. Right? Patiently wait each other's turn. Right? Fetch each other lemonade. They literally come together. It's beautiful. Yeah. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking, and yeah, of course, I'm way more into wholesome gangbangs. Wholesome ones. More wholesome the better for me, that's my speed. I love a good, classic, down-home, all-American, sweet apple pie, Mayberry gangbang. Always have. Yeah, I like a good above board, everybody signed the waiver, gangbang, that's my speed. If you're thinking of a different kind of gangbang, shame on you, right? You're making it weird. But I get it. It's a loaded term. You hear the term gangbang, you think, oh, that's rough, right? Pretty sketchy. She seems outnumbered. Is it legal? It's definitely a sin. You don't want anything to do with it. But if I call it an Alabama fun bus, now the sign-up sheet's full, right? And that's my plan. Make gangbangs great again, right? A lot like they were in the 40s, maybe 50s, who's sure, But I have ideas, all right? First, everybody gets their own entrance music. Yeah. Even the lady, of course, yeah. Sure, everyone's going to pick Welcome to the Jungle. They don't have to. Yeah. Next, everyone gets a matching windbreaker for when they run out onto the gangbang court. Yeah. And then they get in the center, they form a circle, and they all do one of those stomp and clap dances like a high school volleyball team. Like, let's get fired up, because it's time to gangbang, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, putting together a 4 to 6 man squad for a good gangbang is tough, right? You gotta find a group of guys who really play well together. But there is no position more important than the gangbang quarterback. Right? You gotta find a guy who's willing to get his hands dirty. He's a real coach on the field, right? He's good at directing traffic. He gets in there with them. He's like, sure is good to be fun bussing with you boys. He calls it fun bussing. That is how I fuck. Yeah. He's really supportive, you know. He's like, hey, Randy, you want to swap ends, or are you good? Randy's like, right? Gives critical feedback. Curtis, clip your fucking toenails. You caught me real good earlier. You know what I mean? Real hospitable. Brandon, why don't you tag in for me so I get everybody something to drink? What would everybody want? Man, do you want anything? We've got water. We've got, let's see, Curtis brought a 2-liter peach knee high. Ginger ale, we got a few White Claws, and we got milk. If you want milk. You ever notice that? Sidebar. You ever notice that? When you're a guest at someone's house and they're offering you something to drink and they go down the list, they always start with water. They always end with milk, and milk is always kind of a joke. They're always like, we got milk. What do you want? Milk. No one's saying yes to milk. No one expects you to say yes to milk. It's not a social beverage. It's really just for babies, breakfast, and cooking. You don't know what other people are up to with their milk. There's too many varieties. There's organic, inorganic, cow, goat, nut, human woman. You don't know. You don't know what other people do. You should really only, accept milk from people you trust, like your mom. Or anybody you gangbang with. Those guys are pretty tight, right? You know that guy's coming back with 5 milks and a White Claw. Yeah. And is there anything more terrifying than a group of dudes who share a woman and milk? Who'd be having a brawl, right? A group of ordinary street toughs, or 5 guys with raging hard-ons and built mustaches, and one lightly tipsy but very brave woman, right? Yeah. That one's called Gangbangs and Milk. Oh, let's change it up. Anybody here shop at Harbor Freight? Does anybody know where the nearest Harbor Freight is? You want to meet there later so we can get our balls touched? Well, I know, I keep bringing it up. I told you since the fall, but I'm worried that that's like a way to get into heaven, and we're not even thinking about it. Like, what if that's a way? It could have been in the Bible. You don't know. It's thick, right? If you read the whole thing, you don't know. It could have been right in the thick of Leviticus, and you would have never known that was in there. Because the Bible's full of all kinds of rules for how to get into heaven. It's not just the 10 Commandments. That's just basic terms of service, right? Like, thou shalt not kill. Like, yeah, duh, we pretty much figured that. Like, you didn't even have to put that one in there. But you did, 6th, which is kind of weird, right? Like, shouldn't that have been closer to the top if we're just going to put the obvious ones in there, which maybe gets to first? Like, it's just 3 above coveting. Specifically, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house or thy neighbor's wife. Like, can we get a ruling on what you really mean by neighbor? And just his wife? Like, he's got a hot sister? Like, is that... I just don't think coveting's all that bad. It's literally not like you fucking killed somebody. So maybe we separate those by like 9 or something. But as you can tell, yeah, following all the rules to get to heaven is pretty hard. And what if they knew that when they were putting the Bible together? There was a whole page that fell out years ago that was like, look, yeah, we know we stacked the odds pretty bad. But if you want the secret handshake to get in, all you got to do is doink thy donut with thy neighbor. And then, because think about it, touch and behold, that shows humility and sacrifice, right? Those are heavenly virtues. And then, once you lock that down, you can covet and have all the gangbangs you want, right? Okay. Well, my scar's starting to tingle. I'm Travis Terry. You can find me, Craft Taste Games. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about my ruin.